Welcome to another Petersburg By Night revamped production. The following is rated for mature audiences and may contain graphic themes that will be distressing to some viewers. As always, we recommend you ensure the safety and well-being of yourself and those around you at all times. Viewer discretion is advised. And welcome back to another episode of What the Hell Is That? A Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle set in the massive multiplayer TTRPG setting of St. Petersburg by Night. We're just a little bit south down in Sarasota. Now, at St. Pete by Night, we can be found on all social medias at hashtag St. Pete by Night. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, the place formerly known as Twitter. But if you want to catch up on the episodes you might have missed, go and have a look on YouTube. We also have a podcast. Go and find us everywhere you like to stream your favourite podcasts. Again, St. Petersburg by Night. If you want to come play, come hit us up on Discord. But tonight, we are going to be bouncing in with our lovely Hunter Cell, who is set in a museum in the northern end of Sarasota, the Bradenton area. They have been through a few trials and tribulations recently, having had almost the equivalent of a home invasion, with an individual coming to visit. This was an individual that they had been tasked with taking something from by none other than Dr. Cecilia Kruger. Something to further her research. Comes with a rather large financial incentive for the cell if they are able to retrieve the binder that CC is looking for. It appears to have been a little bit trickier than they first thought. And since Frankie came to visit, they have taken a bit of time to rethink and to reevaluate maybe their options, opportunities, and methods of said retrieval. Tonight, however, we are crossing in and we're going to touch base with each of the hunters as they process some of the information they've gathered over the last couple of weeks and maybe start working forward on figuring out exactly what it is they're going to do. So tonight, first up, we're going to go and meet up with Nick. Considering you guys were at the flea market last week, Nick's had a few interesting encounters since Sarah came to visit. So, what do you think, like, where's Nick at tonight? Do you think he's making some phone calls at home? Is he in the safe house itself? What's he doing? Where's he at?
I think Nick would be at home tonight. He has a nice pot of tea, a little incense burning. Probably like a nice dragon's blood incense on his altar. Casually looking over the dossier he was given by Granny before he delves into what it actually is. And then considering time zones for this, what time is it?
If you wanted to make a phone call where Joseph would be awake, you would probably... one moment. Nexus, what time is it there right now?
Yeah, 2 a.m.
So it would be about, I believe, about midnight. If you were to make the call at around 8:30 at night, it'd be around midnight-ish.
He goes and flips a coin just to see. It lands. He's like, I'll wait till in the morning. I'll get up early. And then he would just be chilling at home for the night. Kind of put on some TV.
Let's say as you go through that dossier, you would come across a lot of that information that I had already sent you and realize that some of the information contained within this is very easy to access online as well, but it has little different annotations, and it appears that the individual that gave it to you has made those annotations herself. On top of the information that's contained within it, it also sort of tracks through some more local area stuff, talks about some of the shipwrecks off the coast, because there's actually quite a few shipwrecks off the coast of St. Petersburg that are very interesting. One of them is known as Doc's Barge. No one's 100% certain of when it sank, and also no one's 100% certain of its precise location, to my knowledge. There's like a rough area you can go to locate it. And also just about like random trinkets that have turned up. The last couple of pages, probably the last 2 pages, are information regarding more recent events. So it speaks of an increase in spirits in the area, speaks of an increase in the supernatural. There is mentions of a reduction in certain types of attacks for a while. And with your knowledge, you would recognise that they're talking about leeches. So there was a reduction in leech attacks about 2 years ago, year and a half ago. It's like they just disappeared for a while. So there was like that sort of empty lull. And it's just sort of some of what appears to be Granny's notes on that sort of stuff in the area. So basically what I'm giving you is an in-character way to have more knowledge of certain ongoings in the area itself, from a historical viewpoint.
Yeah, cool. He's totally not going to go ghost hunting up in St. Petersburg because of this.
Well, that's the thing, is you wouldn't need to, because it actually details quite a few of them occurring in Sarasota.
Interesting. He kind of writes his own note. Was told not to go there. Question mark? Circled. And then I think he would probably go to bed, honestly, and get up early the next day and call Joseph.
So you get up the next morning, potter around, do what you do for the morning, grab a coffee, grab a tea, whatever works for him, and sit down and you make the phone call. You put in the international code, the number that you're aware of dialing, and after a couple of rings, in a very thick Irish brogue that I am not going to replicate tonight, you hear a hello.
Long time no see. How you been?
Well, I'm going to be honest, having seen that particular international code coming up, I wasn't sure if it was going to be a good or a bad call, but it's a pleasure to hear your voice.
Yeah, it's been an interesting month or so. I ended up moving to Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Isn't there already enough crazies down there?
No, apparently not. I thought it was a good idea to stick around.
Florida, you haven't lost a leg to a gator yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not near Gatorland. I'm pretty away from Gatorland. I'm in the middle of a city.
There's a Gatorland?
No. It's called Northern Florida.
Oh, okay. So alright, cool. So, wow, why Florida? Wow.
I came down for a vacation and decided to stay because I liked it so much. Said with a very, very thick sarcasm.
So what's their name? Who are they?
Well, it's a group.
Oh. You always have been progressive.
To each their own.
Mm-hmm.
But no, some people I met needed some help with some things, so I thought I'd stick around for a while.
That tracks.
But how have you been?
Busy. Since leaving school, I just sort of got work and, the daily grind sort of thing.
I feel ya. I've been working myself, like I always have.
Are you sure that's the only reason you're calling is to catch up?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has. Do you remember Amelia from school?
Should I?
No, she was in one of the classes you went in. Turns out we got a job at the same place.
Oh, well, I hope she's doing okay.
She is, but we've been dating for a while. It's
Oh?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. It's nice.
Oh, am I gonna have to leave the country to go to a wedding? Is that what I'm hearing?
Whoa. No. She's cool. She's not that cute yet.
Dick puts the phone on mute, just cackles, and then as soon as he composes himself, unmutes the phone. You always were a weird one. Talk about me being weird.
I'm not weird, I'm just cautious.
Fair enough.
I don't want to go through the same thing you had to. I don't want to... I don't want to care too much about someone and then lose them. It's kind of scary, man.
Oh. It is, but that's life. You shouldn't... Are you happy with her?
Yes.
You guess.
I'm telling you about her, aren't I?
Yeah, that's usually a good sign. I remember back during our college days, you definitely were a one-night stand, king of the one-night stand, so...
As long as I didn't have to trim my arm off the next morning, we're good. It's fine.
But how long have y'all been together?
Together's a funny word. We've been dating for a year? About a year?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you, Joseph. You gotta let me know if you ever decide to come down to Florida, which I would recommend letting me know before you come down.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if my temper would hold up against a Florida man. Like...
True.
When are you coming home again?
Oh, God. I couldn't tell you.
You could always escape the heat and come and visit for winter for a bit.
Yeah, that is true. I did actually come down to Florida right at the middle of winter. So, might be nice to come home for a month or two. Back to Ireland. And Nick would almost, as I just did, slip into an Irish accent.
Yeah.
That is a lot more fluent than I can do.
Yeah, there you are.
He would reply in Irish Gaelic. It's been a while. I miss seeing all of you guys. Hopefully I could come for a visit soon.
The response in the same dialect would be the whiskey will run free, my friend.
And
may she watch you.
It's good. And may she watch you as well. And Nick would tell him he's kind of got to scurry off. He has to hurry up and get to work or something to that effect. Like, he's got things to do, and they'll talk.
Yeah, he'll sort of be, look, don't be a stranger. Is it alright if I give you a call sometimes? I know you're busy. And time zones are weird.
It's not that I'm busy. It's just the time zones are stupid.
I don't want to ring you and have it be like 1 o'clock in the morning and interrupt something. I did that too much in uni. I don't want to keep doing that to you, man. Let's go.
Yeah, you really were the biggest cockblock I've ever met.
Proud of it. It's alright, buddy.
I'll
come back if it's worth it. Alright. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Be safe, yeah?
Of course. With that being said, I gotta run.
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully we'll make these more of a regular thing.
That'd be good. Maybe if you come home, I could introduce you to Amelia. We'll see.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay. Alright. I'll talk to you soon, bud. And he just sort of goes, yep, bye. And then hangs up.
Yep.
It's like the emotion got a bit too much for him. He's like, you're not hanging up now.
Yep. He did the phone version of an Irish goodbye.
100%. Yeah. 100%. So after that call, where's Nick sitting at? I mean, that's a voice he hasn't heard for a while.
I think Nick is gonna, like, download a travel app and see how much a flight to Ireland would cost.
Not a
For,
problem.
like, a week.
Easy done. Pardon me. Yeah, that's not an issue. That's something that we can definitely discuss and figure out for you in the future.
Yeah.
But as Nick sort of gets up and dressed and ready for his day and heads to work, we're going to do a little bit of a time skip backwards to the day that you guys left the flea market last week. Because 3 of you went home. 1 of you stayed. So, out in front of the cafe at the flea market, as you leave Granny's, Emery, Alicia is standing there. arms crossed, looking around, probably for you.
I won't sneak around or anything. I'll just kind of walk in her view and wave.
Hey, you. You walked out and Granny's alive. That's lucky.
Yeah.
You ready to go get that dinner?
I sure am. And then she'll, like, pull out her arm for her to take.
She's gonna look at you and the bruising and the beating that you took and be like, are you sure you're up for it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You driving or am I?
I would like you to drive, please.
She's gonna look again and be like, I think that's a good idea. Come on. So she takes your arm very gently, leads you to her car. She's actually gonna drive you back to her place. She's gonna drive you back to her place. And it's a small 2-bedroom unit. Like, it's an apartment unit. Sort of get to the front door, she's like, look, I wasn't expecting company. Apologies for, it's a little bit cluttered, a little bit messy. And she's going to sort of unlock the door and let you in. And the furniture's not the newest. It's a bit mismatched, but it's very homely. You can see that she's put a lot of effort into it, but there's these weird little nerdy quirks around the place. So it's like there's a set of dice sitting next to the TV. There may be a TTRPG book sort of poking out somewhere. But there's also like a yoga mat rolled up behind the couch. But it's a fairly simple sort of 2-bedroom unit, and she sort of invites you in. She's rustling around, picking up a bit of trash and some dishes off the coffee table, where that's probably where she sat and ate breakfast or anything. And she's, come on in. It's not a lot, but
so yeah, Emery would walk in casually, kind of taking in the atmosphere, looking and checking to see what she's into. She'll kind of go over to the kitchen and she's trying to pick up things in front of her. Say, so what do you have to make for some dinner? I'd love to help.
Again, she's going to look you up and down and just be like, no, you can sit there. And she's going to point to the chair at the other side of the bench. I mean, you can sit there. I'm cooking for you.
Well,
look, it's short notice, but I can do up some spaghetti and maybe some garlic bread. It's not a lot, but... And she sort of turns and starts pulling things out. There is, like, the breakfast bar in front of the kitchen. And she sort of spends the next half an hour, 45 minutes making dinner, making sure you eat. She's very fussy about that, so she's going to be very much there's definitely more on Emery's plate than there is on hers. Making sure that's, like, eat more. And just generally fussing over Emery. Before you're sort of maybe sitting on the couch, chilling after dinner, she's going to turn around and just be like, so what happened? Where you sort of disappeared for a while.
Yeah, I got busy with some of my work stuff. You know, the new PI stuff. Had a little bit of a rough time finding someone, and when we did find them, it didn't turn out so well. So we had to rework things.
Is that what happened?
You mean all of this?
Yeah, it's kind of obvious. Yeah.
No. My coworker and I were testing out some new material.
I'm sorry, what?
And we were testing out some new material, and yeah. So
I didn't realize you guys beat each other up. What?
No. Unfortunately, there were no punching involved.
Her face goes almost white. She's like, did you at least go and get checked out at the hospital?
Sort of. I had someone check me out.
She's going to grab your arm and sort of lift it. And so it's like, it's definitely going to sting because this is like that day. She said, oh, you might have a broken rib. What the hell, Emery? What? Are you sure you're not a dude? Ghost me for weeks and then turn up with, and she's gonna poke your ribs as she says it, and then turn up covered in bruises without a decent excuse?
Decent excuse? I told you.
Oh, because work's so tough you can't even send a text message.
I'm sorry, but when you're working with dangerous people, sometimes you want to be off-grid so the people you care about don't get hurt too.
Well, if you care about someone, you should at least message them and tell them you're going to be off-grid. Anyway, and she's going to go to the kitchen and pull out a first aid kit and bring it down and check on the bandages and everything that Victor did, and just sort of generally fuss while being grumpy at the same time. But she will eventually sort of calm down and snuggle up on the couch, watching a movie with you.
Okay. What movie?
I don't know. The Matrix.
Rude.
There we go. They gotta watch
I've
The
lost my
Matrix.
immersion.
I'm gonna smack you. The Matrix. There we go.
Okay. All right.
So, if you would consent to it, she would ask if you wanted to stay the night. Maybe for a couple of days.
I will agree for the night, but not for the couple of days.
She would invite, make sure that you're comfortable and fade to black there at the end of the evening. The next morning, she'll wake up, fuss around. Probably breakfast would be cooked for you. Hospitality kind of dies hard. But she'll wake you up with a kiss on the forehead like, hey, you.
Good morning.
Morning. Girl could get used to this. So, where can I drop you off this morning? Or are you fine to make your own way?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't just walk aimlessly in the streets in the morning, huh? That'd
I
probably
don't
be bad.
think you should be walking anywhere at this point.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can drop me off at, and then I'll give the address to the Airbnb.
Nice area. Didn't realize you were so posh. Come on.
Meh.
But she will, on the drive back to the Airbnb. Give me a wits and insight, please. Everything okay?
It's something is very weird. It says sending command after I did the /H and then put in the pool, and now it's saying activity ended, start a new one. So I'm gonna try that again, I guess.
H5?
Yep.
Okay.
It's doing it again. Ah! You're about to test St. Pete for the first time. Unable to launch activity. Oh, okay, it went through. I don't know what this was. 1 success.
1 success, you're not entirely sure of. She seems like she definitely enjoyed the evening with you. She is obviously concerned. But you are unsure as to really anything else that she's putting out there. And whether or not Emery cares. Sort of, where's she at this point in time after that evening, or after just hanging out in general?
Emotionally, she seems a little bit better. Physically, she's still very hurt. She's curious as to where this might be able to go, and when she is dropped off, she'll say, "I'll be better about texting you."
That'd be nice. Well, Granny's not always the best conversationalist, and she had some odd things to say about you all, so it would be kind of nice to see a different side to that, maybe. But I think she was wrong about one thing.
Oh?
I don't think I need to stay away from you. And she plants a massive kiss on you before you get out of the car.
Alright.
So as you walk inside and she leaves, we're going to cross to Ella, who has spent a couple of days up the coast in the Tampa Bay area with Lana. Apparently this is the dating simulator of the evening. This is where we're at. So you have spent a couple of days up in the Tampa Bay area on the coast with Lana, catching up before she comes home. She definitely wanted to make sure that you still got a little bit of a holiday. So
yeah,
Ella's been slightly oblivious to the events of the last week, spending the time hanging out, enjoying the warmth as it's starting to appear in Florida. Maybe swimming. The water's still a bit chilly, but you know, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Going and just looking at some of the random places around the place, playing tourist, spending a lot of time probably laying on the couch, talking, watching TV. The day you guys decide to come home, Lana's like, I suppose we better get back to reality, hey?
Yeah. I mean, it has been nice. I definitely needed this getaway, I think.
It's been nice having you here with me, I'll tell you that much. I was a bit lonely in the end week or two there.
Well, I am very happy for the time I got to spend with you.
I am sorry that I needed that time on my own, you know, it's processing all of that shit that went down in that house, man. Just, no.
You have nothing to be sorry for.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
It was. And it's kind of weird, like, I'm glad I got the therapy that I did, because it's been a while since I've hit something like that that really twists your brain, you know?
Yeah.
It's odd. Anyway, like, and sort of while she's talking to you, she's sort of, because she's avoided a lot of this conversation the time you've been there. She's doing the very skirting around the emotional shit. She's starting to pack her stuff while you guys are having this conversation. She's like, but I suppose it's back to the grind. How's business been, though?
The business has been fine, you know. Been keeping things up and running as best I can.
Well, in that case, I know it's been in good hands. Everything should be fine when I get back then. Unless you set a fire in the office or something on me.
No. There may be some things slightly rearranged. Just because, you know, your files were a little messy.
Really?
I'm sorry!
She'll walk over, give you a kiss on the cheek and be like, it's okay. Yeah, that's why you're handy to keep around, right?
Because I organize your files?
You can organise something else before we leave if you want.
I mean, we don't have to check out right now.
It's 1 o'clock. We kind of do. Come on, let's go.
God damn it. Ugh. Fine.
So she grabs your stuff, takes it out to the car, and as you guys head back, does Ella check her phone at all?
Yeah, if she notices there's more than one message from the group, yeah, she'll check her phone and see what they're saying.
It's not really much from the group.
Or from Emery or anybody.
There's nothing from Emery. At all.
That's concerning.
For the whole time that you've been gone, your sister has not contacted you. However, your uncle has.
Oh. What did Uncle Brian say?
Heads up. Bitch is kicking around somewhere. That's it. He gives you no details. He gives you nothing.
Yeah, I think Ella might look at her phone and have kind of the same reaction I just did. I think her face is just gonna go absolutely stone cold still and look at her phone.
Lana's gonna sort of look at you and be like, everything okay? You look like you saw a
Yeah, I'll
ghost.
take care of it. Kind of. Something I can take care of when we get home. It's fine.
Are you sure? Tell me about it. Talk to me. See if I can help.
It's nothing. I can handle it. It's just something from my past coming back, that's all.
Are you actually being deliberately obtuse with this? Like, I want to know if you're going to I want to know if I'm getting you to make a manipulation subterfuge roll.
Yeah, she's deliberately, skirting around it. She's not going to tell her anything.
Manipulation subterfuge, please.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna use willpower.
Okay.
Because I do not want her to know anything.
Well, you only need to beat a 3.
Okay. I still need to use willpower. Okay. I got 3.
She sort of looks at you. She's like, I'm not entirely sure. I want to know with that look on your face. But if you need it, I'm here. Alright? You and yours helped me out of a bit of a tight spot there. So, if you need it, I owe you for what it's worth.
You don't owe me anything.
I think I owe your sister a punch in the face, but,
I have given my sister plenty of grief over this. Trust me.
We'll see. We'll see. But, where am I dropping you off anyway? Your place?
Well, we kind of have a different place, different Airbnb. Yeah. The old place, just wasn't working out anymore, so we changed it up.
Fair enough. Alright, and she'll sort of ask for the address to drop you off.
Yep. She'll give it.
During the drive, she's just playing music, relaxing. you can definitely tell with your like passive insight, you can tell she's definitely healing. She's still a bit on edge, but it appears that her brain has done that wonderful thing where it's absorbed the horrible information and just deleted it. All she knows is she basically had the equivalent of a severe panic or anxiety attack. And you guys were only gone for like 5 minutes. Not the hour or 2 or 3 that you were actually gone for. In her mind, you were only gone for like 5 minutes. And then you had people coming in to help her out, make sure she was safe and everything. She doesn't remember everything that occurred when you guys took Harris out. She doesn't remember that.
Okay. I was going to leave it at that then.
Because you guys basically got her out before she saw anything she really shouldn't have. Mm-hmm. So at this point in time, you don't think you've got another hunter on your hands.
Good.
So as you get back to the Airbnb and like Lana helps you get your bags out, you know, gives you a kiss, says goodbye, says she'll probably see you in the next couple of days in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Ella ponders on in and the Airbnb is empty.
Great. She hasn't heard from Emery and the house is empty.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately calling her.
You would get this phone call as you are around the corner with Alicia. Do you pick it up before she...
Yeah, I'll subside her. Say, you've got gains.
We have the same last name. Where are you?
Around the corner from the Airbnb.
God damn. Okay, good. I thought something might have happened.
No, I'm good.
Is everything... Okay.
So you would see at this point a beat-up old Honda come around the corner.
It would be a Honda.
I'll see you when you get in the house, I guess.
But you would see coming around the corner, if you stick your head outside the beat-up old Honda, with Emery in the passenger seat, and Alicia. They stop and have a conversation. You see Alicia plan a massive kiss on your sister before she gets out of the car and heads inside. Walking a bit odd.
Yeah, I assume I turned around from the kiss and you just see a massive bruising of Emery just walking forward.
So the closer Emery gets as she gets inside, just covered in bruises. Looks like she's walking at an odd angle. Possibly a broken rib or two. Yeah. As Emery enters the Airbnb, this is what presents itself in front of you, Ella.
Did you really try to tell me you were good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you look like a walking bruise.
I kind of am at this point, yeah.
What the hell happened while I was gone?
Victor and I, mostly me, decided to test some weapons that we were making.
Uh-huh. What kind of weapons?
We attempted to use the crossbows to ensure that they worked. We used blunted stakes. And then I was shot with the net gun.
The net gun? The net gun did all this.
Basically.
Uh-huh.
Intelligence and insight to see if it was just the net gun or if there were the inference of being shot with crossbows was there too, please. Intelligence and insight out of you. Ella?
Yeah, discerning lies? Does that help me?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you actually actively trying to hide the fact you were shot with a stake from a crossbow here, Emery?
No, she kind of said it. She
Yeah, okay.
even indicated that they were blunted.
Yep.
2 successes.
That's all you need. Your sister
Cool.
said the word blunted stakes and crossbows. Pretty sure that's what caused the bruising. Your sister just told you that she got shot with a stake. Twice.
Ella's not handling that well. It's very readable on her face. You got shot with stakes.
Yep. We needed to test the crossbows to ensure that they would actually work.
So make a target and shoot at a target.
We needed to make sure that it would somewhat penetrate an actual being.
Ella's gonna start just pacing that front hallway that they have, because I don't think they've moved from the doorway. So you let yourself get shot with stakes
Yeah, it was
to
actually
see
kind
if
of fun.
they would penetrate your body.
Yeah. I've been shot before. It's not really new.
Not with a fucking stake, you moron.
I was blunted. It was fine.
Oh my god. Is there anything else you need to tell me about the week that I've been gone?
Yeah, well, yeah. You need to go talk with Granny again.
Why?
She's got some information for you that might be helpful with the Connor situation.
Ella's definitely not going to do well with that. Connor is currently sitting on a shelf in the library. What was
You shelved him?
I haven't wanted to take him anywhere. No.
Yeah, this feels like an episode of Toy Story.
So you guys were at Granny's? You were at the flea market?
Yeah, we were at the flea market. I wanted to check up on Granny, see how she was doing, because it's been a while, and I wanted to see how her fog progression was going. She's a lot more clearer than she had been.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
I see Alicia's good.
She's very good.
Yeah, I don't need that detail. God. Is everything okay at Granny's, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I think you need to have like a sit-down conversation with her just to air some things out, let her give you the information that she has, the knowledge that she has. She seems pretty knowledgeable about the stuff that we do, so she might be a good asset. And since
Okay.
Connor's kind of attached himself to you, it's probably best that you do it.
Yeah. And Connor definitely has no desire to go back to Granny's, so... I guess I will be making a trip to Granny's.
Yeah. No harm.
Yeah. Okay.
We got any ice packs?
I'll fucking make you an ice pack. I got a text message from our lovely uncle while I was away.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, what's going on?
He said that, and I quote, the bitch is kicking around again.
Like, where he is?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to talk to him because Lana was in the car with me.
Well, you want to call him now?
Yeah, I think I do. So, finish getting her the ice pack, sit down in whatever living room they have, and she's gonna call Brian.
It rings. And rings. And goes to voicemail.
Brian, it's Ella. I got your text. You need to call me back. Now. She hangs up.
You wait. There's no return call.
She waits about 10 minutes, because when she leaves a voicemail like that, he usually calls back.
Nope. No return call.
Well, he's dead. All right, so
Fuck! She's gonna try calling him again. Because that worked the last time.
It rings. And rings. And goes to voicemail.
Yep, she's not gonna leave a voicemail that time. He usually picks up on the second call.
Well, the sisters can take a couple of days to contemplate what that might mean for their uncle while they get back into business and Emery heals. And Ella contemplates what it might mean that the bitch is back.
Ella and Sam are very scared.
While this is all occurring, we are going to cross back to William, who has diligently attended every single safety briefing set, and at the end of the week is handed his clearance from the director of the museum to once again use his laboratory. But also during this week, you have been working on...
William Barnett has been working on a dossier. For the most part, William has started to realize maybe keeping important artifacts and biohazards in the biology lab might be a bad idea. So he's working on a dossier for the finger that's documenting everything that he's found, but redacting it and changing a few details of where they got the finger bone so that way it won't look like it's illicitly gained through murder to an outside observer who's reading his stuff, but keeps all his documents organized.
Okay. We got you to do those rolls off camera. And it was 7 successes on a crit or 8 successes on a crit for the dossier?
8 successes on a crit for the dossier.
So the dossier itself, as always, is impeccable. Your work that you have done in the past, you are able to detail and document everything that you have found. You are able to collate all the information in a clear, concise manner. It is an impeccable dossier. Anybody who reads it, who has knowledge, won't be an issue. However, I believe it was only 2 successes on the option to hide this information. In redacting certain pieces of information, it definitely... You got so caught up in the research and in essentially your own brilliance that there's an occasional slip here and there. That there's, instead of the word subject or fossil or remains, it's individual, it's entity. The wording is suspicious. Anybody who has any concept will be able to know what this is about. It's not as hidden as you would think. If you were to run it through an editing program, there would be a lot of words redacted. Your editing isn't as smooth as it usually would be in this case. Maybe to an untrained eye, but no one with any sense would think this is just about a random remains. So we'll see if anybody in the future picks up on that.
But it does mean that, unfortunately, much to William's chagrin, we can get rid of the bone, so that way we don't have evidence of a bone just sitting in the lab.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a choice. You can dispose of the bone and all of the slides and slices yourself, or you can donate them to Dr. Kruger, knowing that they will be preserved.
Can I offer a third alternative?
Possibly.
Would William know where the Arcanum archives in the region are located?
No.
And if they'd be willing to hold on to the artifact? He would not. Cool.
You could reach out. I will let you make an intelligence insight check using your Arcanum status to see if you know who to talk to about that.
That's a pretty big pool. No desperation.
No.
Because, yeah. Boop. I'm going to re-roll some failures because I'm crit fishing.
Okay.
Seven successes.
The person that would have been good to talk to about that is currently in Milan.
And he's not coming back. He's going to die. So,
you could give him a call or send him an email.
No, he's busy. Robert's busy. I'm not going to take away from his time in Milan and possibly get... Milan's a dangerous city. I'm not going to take away from his time there.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to send an email to Dr. Kruger.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like some of the materials that I collected from my last adventure,
Mm-hmm.
you may have them to preserve them if you wish. Otherwise, I will be taking them to the incinerator in 3 standard business days.
Not a problem. You will get a response back. I think it would be beneficial for the artifacts or the remains to be preserved for posterity and future research. I shall send my assistant to collect them within the next 24 hours. If this is suitable.
It is suitable. And he really, really has to hold off from typing Miss Kruger. At the end.
Oh no, all of her correspondence with you is to Dr. Barnett. Not William, Dr. Barnett.
It is suitable, Dr. Kruger. He types back.
So, a couple of days later, when we cross back to the rest of the cell, you'll get a visitor. Now, that leaves us with one hunter who we've not checked in with. Victor. Over the course of the last week, you have been working on a few different things with Emery when she's been around and not injured. But generally you mentioned sort of staying low.
Yeah.
One afternoon, before you go and catch up with the rest of your group, you get a phone call from your sister as you're leaving work.
Making sure everything is clear before I catch the call. Making sure the right number.
Yeah.
If that's not a scam or something like that, he's making sure I have everything. And
it's her number calling you.
he's trying to respond not in the museum, so
Probably sort of on his way from the coffee shop to the museum sort of thing.
yeah.
Hey bro, how you going?
Pretty fine, and you?
Yeah, I'm actually doing really well. I'm just ringing to let you know, I've been offered to spend a couple of days up in Miami with one of our sister universities to do some study up there for like 4 or 5 days. Is that going to be okay? Like a couple of the other guys from my class are doing it as well. It's a really amazing opportunity. They've got some amazing stuff up there. I really want to do this, and I know I'm an adult. I understand that. But I also know, and I just want you to hear me out, I'm going to make sure I check in with you. I'm going to message you every hour. I'm going to let you know where I am. I'll turn my location on, everything. I told them I had to talk to you because let's face it, you're a little bit overprotective, but I understand why. And is that going to be okay? Please? Come on, Victor. You know, this is such a good opportunity for me. Please.
Who's going with you?
There's like 5 people from my class coming.
Do I know them?
No, you're not in my class.
Is your best friend here? He's or just random people?
And like she'll rattle off a couple of names and you recognize one of them. She's sort of mentioned a few times, maybe a love interest. But she's like, and you have heard her talk about some of these other classmates before, so they're not... She's talked about one of them a little bit more than others. And that's Brandon. Which is a different Brandon, obviously. But yeah.
Yeah. Any parents or any chaperone is going with you?
We're 19.
Yeah, that's why you're not 21, yeah?
We're not going up there to drink. I have my license. I can drive.
Hey, come on. I know. I'm trusting you. I don't want you to be in proximity of people who don't care about that. I'm actually trusting. No. Don't sigh. And
but,
did you hear a no from my side? Yeah.
No, but you never say no. you just say maybe, and then you give me all these restrictions and all these things that you want me to do, and then I'm not allowed to do, and then it's no fun, and then there's no point going because I'm not even allowed to talk to the goddamn teachers or the other people I'm in the class with because, oh my God, heaven forbid.
You know, it's for your own sake. I mean, I get no pleasure to make you do that. You know.
I don't know about
It's
that
not
some
like-
days. Oh my God. Victor, I'm 19. It's a research week. I need this for my grades. It's an amazing opportunity.
For which class?
And there's only 5 of us that have been
For which
selected to
class?
do this.
Which
Why
class?
does it matter what class it's for?
I mean, it matters for me. And you actually don't bring it up like right away is, I don't know, kind of bizarre. So, which class?
It's for my humanities section. It's a part of what I'm doing, part of what I'm studying.
Okay.
You know what I'm studying. You've seen my
oh,
book list.
Yeah, I know. I
Oh my
know.
God, Victor.
When is it?
It's in a week.
Okay. Can
So I'll be
listen,
leaving. I'll be leaving on the 12th, Victor. I need to do this.
listen. I'm at work currently. Okay.
No,
I'm
you're not.
trying
You
my
finished
best
10 minutes ago. That's why I rang you. Don't lie to me. You're just trying to deflect the conversation again.
It's not like that. Can we talk about it later in person? Like it's.
No, I'm confirming that I'm going, Victor. Are you really going to make this hard for me?
I just. No. It's just. I just want to know things. You know, if something happens to you on Miami, or I don't
It's a
fucking
couple of
know.
hours drive away, Victor. You can get in the car.
I know. I don't know where you're staying. I don't know
I'll
where.
send you the
Who
address.
calls if something happens to you?
I will give you people's phone numbers. I'll give you Brandon's number. When she says that, she goes silent and just goes up.
Okay. 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 In that case, okay.
And you hear a voice sort of whisper on the other end of the line. Brandon said I'm not allowed to give you his number, so you're just going to have to deal with it.
It's that or nothing. I just want someone to actually call if you don't pick it up. Okay? I just don't want to make the drive to just don't find you in Miami.
Or you could just trust
If
me.
I can't. I trust you. It's not like that.
Well, then if you trust me, I can go, and I'm going.
We'll talk about that later. Sorry. Really, I have other things planned to do. Bye. It's going to hang up.
You just hear, Victor, don't you dare hang up! And you get a text message a couple of minutes afterwards just going, really? You're going to hang up on me? Fine, I'm going. I don't care what you say. I've already told them I am. I'm not going to be home tonight. Deal with it. I need some time to think. So that's a message you get as you're walking in to the museum. And so you walk in. William's probably in his office as you go to walk in.
He's not going to make that like on purpose, but he's kind of slamming the door.
Yep.
like, and when the door actually slams, he's looking at. Oh, sorry, my bad.
William's gonna insight check him right now.
Go for it. Give you one insight. As you see doesn't normally make a loud entrance.
Would I get my fear specialty for this?
Possibly, yes. Because I feel like Victor would be scared, and correct me if I'm wrong here, would be scared of what's going to happen. And Lily has never said that she's not coming home before. So this is... She's thrown some tantrums at the restrictiveness of Victor before, but she's never pushed back against him like this. She's usually just going, okay, yep, we're doing this to stay safe. I understand. This time she's pushing back in a way that she's never pushed back against him before. So it's definitely new and scary for poor Victor.
He's not hiding it. He doesn't have the pool to actually hide something from.
3 successes. Dang.
Yeah.
You would notice 100% that if... Actually, William, this is a similar look on... It's like a weird flash on Victor's face. You've seen this look on someone's face before? Not only did you used to see it on your father's face when he'd tell you not to do something and you would still do it, like he was telling you off, but also on Robert's face over the years. When he's tried to guide you through something that was problematic and you chose to not listen. And you're realizing now it's a mix of frustration and anger, but it is based in fear and concern for another person.
Victor, I think you should come and sit down. I think we need to talk.
I don't have the time to do that. I have so much to do now.
No. We're talking.
He's going for 2. I'm sorry, I'm obligated to do that. Yeah, okay. Can we do that as we walk? Like, please. He's going to into the cell right now.
All right, we can do that as we walk.
Okay. He's going to the cell.
So you walk in through William's office, obviously, out to the back room. I don't know if Nick would be there reading at all, or if he will arrive a bit later, maybe.
We could say this is the day he did all of the research on the dossier that was given to him about the area.
So, as they walk in, Nick, you see these two ponder on in, starting a conversation.
I would imagine he would have heard the door slam, because if I've understood the schematic correctly, where the lab is an actual lab, and basically the wall got knocked out.
Yeah.
So there's a door to the outside of that hallway that the office and the lab are on.
Yeah.
Would he have heard Victor slam the door then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And he's
Victor
going
right
to...
now.
And he's going actually into his corner with the guns and the special armory.
Victor, I think you should not be over there. Let's get some coffee.
Yeah,
Get
sure.
some
After that,
coffee, and then we can sit down and we can talk for a second.
I just don't have time. I have so much to do, you know. It's just, and he's taking the shotgun. I have someone to talk to. You know.
Victor, you have all the time in the world. We are always in a rush to do things, but right now...
Yeah, but something is wrong though, so, you know.
Yes. Yes?
Real quick out of character question. Are y'all saying this loud enough where Nick can hear?
If they're in the cell area, yes, you can hear this.
Okay.
You
gotcha.
can hear this.
Nick is gonna get up and kind of trot over to the two of them and just kind of look over Victor's shoulder. And Nicholas is just gonna kind of interject. Victor, how old?
Oh, Nick, so I didn't see you there.
Yeah, you came in causing quite a ruckus, but just
Yeah,
out of
yeah. Sorry about that.
curiosity, how old are you?
25.
Oh my god, I'm an old man. Anyway, what's on your mind? You clearly gotta go talk to somebody and you're cocking a shotgun.
So, don't worry. It's just for the show. There's no bullet in it.
Can I insight check Victor on that?
100% give me a wits and insight on that.
Do I need to?
No, you're good. This is. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk.
I was forced to. I'm sorry.
This poor kid.
Get in with the car.
2 successes.
You don't need a lot. He's not hiding it in the slightest. It's very much no, I'm just going to talk to him. It's fine. You know that look that someone gets where they're just like, no, I'm going to go deal with this. It's done. I'm not dealing with this emotionally. I'm going to go deal with this my way now.
Yeah, it's
Victor?
this part of the brain actually like reacting to stuff.
Yep.
For the love of God, sit down. Let me make you a cup of chamomile tea, and think about what you're about to do before you end up giving a shovel talk and end up in jail.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
No, it's
everything is
not.
fine. Yeah,
No,
it is. Actually, it's just I don't have really much time to actually intervene on something. And
Your
something is
paranoia.
very no.
gonna-
I'm not crazy about that. Something is wrong.
I'm sorry. Just can I clarify? You've grabbed the empty shotgun. Are you heading for the door while they're talking
No,
to you?
he's taking a duffel bag and just put a lot of like towels and stuff like that. Like if someone opened the bag, just find towels and sports, and it's just no. Is you don't understand, okay?
Well, I want
maybe yeah, I know. Something is going very wrong with my sister. Okay, she's acting really bizarre, and I need to talk about it with you. I know, William, you're very busy with your research. It's fucking great to have you here. Do you have make any progress with stuff we are actually going for?
Victor, I am never too busy to speak to my friends about what is clearly something that has got them in distress, which is why we're going to sit down now and start breathing. And as he's saying this, he's texting one of the security guards and is like, hey, go and make certain that the door to the lab and my office door is closed. Like, lock the doors to the lab and the office, please. I'm out of the office and it needs to be locked.
Okay, okay. I get it.
I can't remember if I locked them.
I get it. In the past, you have been scared of what I can do and stuff like that, but don't worry. It's just against stuff who actually want to hurt people. But it's a personal matter.
Which is why...
Involving your sister.
At this point in time, Ella and Emery would have known to come and meet everybody. You guys come up to the front of the museum, coming up the doors, as a security guard's coming up behind you, and it's just like, apologies, Dr. Barnett's asked me to lock the office, so if you're going in, can you lock it behind you, please? He sent me a message saying he just needs it locked.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure, buddy.
Not a problem. Good to see you both as well.
Is this the guy we fired or someone else?
No, it's someone else. The guy you fired's not there. This is a different guy.
Okay.
This is a guy that's like, I need my job, don't fire me. He's that guy. He's like, please don't fire me. I'll do anything, don't fire me. And so he comes up behind me. He locks the door after you guys go in. So you guys walk in to see Victor packing a duffel bag near the weapons table, and William and Nick trying to calm him down.
Oh boy.
And it's not for anger, he's really worried. He looks like agitated a bit, you know?
Oh,
Emery,
Oh,
you
shit.
would recognize this as almost getting ready for a particular, daily mission. It looks very much like he's prepping to leave.
so I'm gonna look over and I'm gonna say, "You guys were gonna leave to get Frankie without us?"
That's
Frankie.
a great idea. Maybe we should go to get Frankie. How does that sound?
And you could actually put a bullet in the thing.
Okay, I get it. Hello, sorry, but that's
Hi.
everything is falling apart. Yeah. I just have a personal matter to do, but I will be back soon. Okay. Not going to.
Is it what we talked about before?
It's related, but not
Okay.
not what we talked before. It's related. It's my sister. She's,
Okay, so why don't we take a minute? We can
And
all
talk
talk
it
about
out.
it, and we can help you before you go and do something that you're gonna regret.
He's locking eyes with Emory. Like, you don't know if he's asking for help or asking for permission. You don't know.
It's
And we're
at,
just like, "I need a little bit more information here."
Okay.
Because it sounds like you're trying to shoot your sister now.
Yeah.
it's at
it's-
this point you get a message from Lily saying, "We need to talk. This is now ridiculous. I understand why, but I agree that we need to fix this. It's no longer okay."
He's
You-
looking at the
And
phone.
Adam's going to say, "You can't keep controlling my life anymore."
It's weird. It's a weird pattern for her. Like in the past, she has been like that already.
You give me an intelligence insight check, please.
Okay. Yeah.
Because she's been
Special
spending a
rules.
lot more time at the college, and she's been spending a lot more time with her friends. And as you've started to step into life with the cell, you have not been around at home as much as you used to be.
It's intelligence insight.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So you haven't been around at home as much as you used to be. You've been working more on projects, you've been working more on crafting weapons. Your focus has been shifting to the hunt more than it has. So you haven't been as present with your sister as you usually are.
Free success.
Over the last probably 2 months, as you have been doing more and more with the cell, your sister's been telling you less and less. She's come home late a few times and you haven't even noticed, apart from just, your grunts and going, "You shouldn't be doing that, where have you been?" She's slowly been almost resistant to Victor's constant need to know where she is. So this is not sudden, but you hadn't put it together yet.
When he sees the message, he's going to actually not stop. Like he's going to stop moving, and he's going to sigh. Okay. I have a sister, okay? A little sister. This is my only family, okay? And with everything we are currently hunting and a lot of supernatural in this city, since I've been awakened to this world, I've been really worried about her, and maybe I'm too protective. Yeah, sure. But
Yes.
Nick raises his hand in character.
Oh.
He's waiting on Victor to get done, and then has raised his hand because he wants to ask a question.
yeah, go on, Nick.
How old's your sister?
19.
And what exactly did she say to upset you?
No, no. I'm fine with her. Okay, I'm not upset. I'm just worried.
Clearly, she said something to upset you. You don't do things like this. No one does things like this unless they are exceedingly upset.
Okay.
Bearing in mind, Emery and Ella, he has a duffel bag in his hand. You guys would know that's how Victor usually transports his weapons.
Yeah.
So he has a duffel bag in his hand and he was heading for the door.
Okay.
Ella hasn't moved from the door.
Yeah, he is going to say in character, okay, I know it looks bad. It was not for using it. He's going to take the shotgun out and he's going to open it with no bullets in it.
That's all well and fine,
okay.
but...
Let me explain. I don't want to bring that up to you because we are currently hunting someone for someone else, okay? And I haven't been as useful as I thought in the cell. It's been a couple of weeks where I just tinker stuff, and you are really useful, and I'm not. And the only thing is, okay, just let me finish. I've maybe found another one, and I am actually looking, get more intel to actually sell it to you after that, but I didn't have the time because stuff happened. And he's actually a teacher for my sister, okay, at the campus.
Ella's gonna raise her hand.
And I know, maybe it's sounding really crazy and stuff like that, but he has been really weird since the campus.
Ella, if you need to interrupt him. It's okay.
And go on, Ella. Yeah.
We got all that intel when we went to the college. What did you do with it? Where is it?
The thing is, as I was walking here, my sister acted very weird on phone, basically.
Weird how?
Asking me to go to Miami by herself with friends, to go study. I guess it's fine. I don't care about that. It's just she never pushes me like that, and I don't know if that's okay. I sound really.
Can I give you some advice about little sisters?
No, I know it sounds like super weird. It's just I don't. We know they can do stuff to people. Look what the guard with Emory did when this motherfucker approached him. He was completely obnubilated by him. I'm worried, and you know what? It actually pleased me that she's away from the teacher we are talking about. Okay, it's not like that. It's just maybe she's been influenced. I don't know. I don't have any clue on who she's going to stay with and stuff like that. And I didn't want to bring it up. All that personal stuff here. It doesn't belong here.
Victor, breathe.
Okay.
Please, take a deep breath. Jesus, honey. It sounds like how I was when I was her age. when I went to
Yeah.
college. And my parents were a little overbearing as well. No fault to you. You did what you had to do to keep her safe. But there is a very real human element to this that I think you're overlooking ever so slightly, my friend. She's in college. She's 19. And it sounds like on that last little snippet you said, you might be a little bit of a helicopter parent. So of course she's gonna act that way at some point when she gets a little taste of freedom. It's common. It happens to a huge chunk of people.
I don't get it, because since I was on the hunt here, he was more free. Like, I wasn't on her back every time, and stuff like that. I'm not, preventing her for living her life, and she's sending so much hate and reject of what I can do for
Because
her.
she's a teenager, Victor. That's what teenagers do.
She's only 19. 19 doesn't... 18 makes you an adult, but that doesn't mean your brain is all the way matured. She's being an angsty little
Okay.
teenager.
Maybe the only thing is, she was telling me she was going to wherever she wanted, and like that. And
she kind of can.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah.
But I don't want that.
And that's wonderful that you don't want that. You're effectively her parent. But you are, how can I put this nicely? You are stalling her development. It is natural. I understand what we hunt, what we deal with, what we do on a daily basis. I understand that concerns you, because it concerns me on a daily basis. But by controlling her, you're not keeping her safe. You're just stopping her from living her life.
I know. It was the first time, like, she acted really weird. Like, I assure you, it's not like I'm faking and I'm sugarcoated. It's not like that. It's just, we don't know how they can do that, and I'm afraid, like, maybe they can actually control people. I don't know. I don't know if
I understand.
Did Emery have? You look like you were gonna say something, Emery.
Yeah, I was just gonna say to Victor, I think you're probably right that she's probably being influenced, but I think she's probably being influenced more towards her friends who she wants to hang out with, because that's
you think so?
who she's getting together with. She's gonna make friends in this career, whatever career she's doing. These are gonna be her life, people that she finds jobs with and things like that. She's trying to find herself, just like you and I found ourselves in the army. She's trying to find her way too.
Yeah. I'm completely agreeing with that. It's not like that. It's just,
Victor, you're gonna have to let it happen eventually, dude. She's gonna have to grow up. You're gonna have to let her be a little independent.
You mentioned that I have a mid solution for you that doesn't involve you carrying a shotgun out of here to a potential, not even confirmed entity that is not human.
No, it was for his boyfriend. But
it's
fine.
You really were about to. You were about to give a shovel talk. All right.
I'm looking at Emery like that. Sometimes it's actually making you listen.
What's his name and number?
Brandon, and he didn't give me his number because
she
was with him.
Rookie move.
She was with him. I can track him, I think.
So, with that being said, I think I might have a solution. You said this was a night class, correct?
Yeah.
Well, if you want, I'd be more than happy to sign up for the class as a. Most colleges have programs where you can take classes as a non-major. I'll go take the class. What kind of class is it?
It's history.
Is it a specific type of history?
We have a pamphlet here, just here. I'm going to give him a little pamphlet. It was like literally on his desk.
On that note, while Victor is struggling with his friends, and you guys can all have a bit more of a conversation about whether or not the boyfriend is a risk, let alone the teacher, and Victor struggles with parenting a 19-year-old as barely an adult himself, we're going to take a quick break, everybody, and we'll come back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Onto the reckoning, folks. It's almost like babysitting. So yeah, Hunt to the Reckoning, folks. It's almost like babysitting. We will see you in about 5 to 10 minutes. Go get a snack, go get a drink, stretch your body, move. We'll talk to you soon. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that little break. Hope you got a drink, moved your muscles, got the body grooving. We are going to sort of cut right back in because before the break, we all learned what happens when Victor gets told that his little sister's got someone. and wants to go away on holidays. But it's very real threat that can often happen with hunters when you know what's really out there. So we're going to cross back to the slightly secretive room in the back of the museum, where at the moment the cell is having a conversation about where to move forward with this recent information. So Victor, you have your duffel bag with the unloaded shotgun in it, covered in towels to hide what it really is. What are you doing now that everyone's starting to sort of talk to you? Where's his head at?
Okay, maybe I overreacted. Don't give me this look, Nick, okay? Just...
Nick is smiling because he thinks this is... Now that the conversation ended up coming to where it did about the partner and the boyfriend, Nick is just trying so hard to contain his laughter because he doesn't want it to come across as he's insulting Victor by laughing.
I don't really know what to do else, so...
Well, I offered as a neutral party to take the class with the night professor. Like I said, most universities, if you're worried about the professor, offer classes for a discounted rate for non-students. And I could stand to take another history class. I'm masquerading as an anthropology person.
Actually, I wanted to talk with Ella and you about that. It's just everything...
So let's talk.
I need someone to actually confirm my fear. If I must be real, if I'm not, if the dude is really ill like he pretends, I'm fine, and I will not be in the way of my sister like that. It's just I don't know what to trust anymore. You actually told me and taught me so much about everything that they can do. We can see, like now, they can walk on the fucking sun and strangle someone without touching her.
Those of you who have 2 dots or more of insight, Victor is scared, panicked, and unsure. This is somebody who is looking for answers. It's probably a little bit close to maybe not completely crying, but lost.
Here, Victor.
Yeah.
Sit down and go over some plans of what we can do to make certain that your sister is safe at the university. If you would like, we could have someone who is publicly unconnected to you, like Nicholas, take a class, or perhaps Ella, if Ella would like to take classes. I don't know how academic you are.
She's actually helping me a bit.
Yeah, they've seen me around the college already.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get by without people who can actually talk their way out. I don't want to be, recognized, and I don't want my sister to know that I'm looking. Because if she saw me, she's going to think I'm here for her, and it's a bit true, but at the same time, not really.
So you said the professor was sick. What is he sick with?
Apparently lupus.
Nicholas takes out his phone and types in Google, symptoms of lupus. Enter.
So you would get immunosuppressed, immunocompromised, get sick easily, experiences vertigo, fatigue, sometimes, and sunlight sensitivity, including hives. it almost comes across as an allergy to sunlight. And it's a very visceral, visible allergy. So a lot of people who have lupus have double if not triple glazing on their windows at home. They don't generally tend to leave the house during the day unless they have like really long sleeves on, double thick layers, gloves, hats, like the whole works.
Right. Nick is just going to be like, huh, well, that explains why he's teaching night classes.
He's going to go and sit just to make everyone less tense.
So as you
Ella
go
still
and,
hasn't moved from the floor.
as you go and sit down on one of the nearby sofas, you sort of sit down, duffel bag at your feet, and just Emery, where's your head at with seeing Victor with all this? Are you in agreement with the others, or are you like, yeah, let's go get him? And you all heard the word boyfriend as well.
Emery is probably slinking the duffel bag away.
No, he's not actually.
just a little bit. Her mindset is we could at least check on the boyfriend just to, see if he's a good doobie.
Yeah,
We can
sorry.
look into him.
I just don't know what to trust anymore, and thank you for doing that. It's just
Yeah.
Nick has, while he's listening to everyone talk, he has migrated his way to the tea station he has set up with the electric kettle, and he pulls out a lavender chamomile tea and prepares the kettle, puts the tea bag in, looks over towards Victor. How sweet do you like your tea, Victor?
yeah, more than normal, I guess.
Normal is vastly overrated and very subjective, so
Yeah,
how-
put some sugar in it, please. Thank
put
you.
some sugar. He puts 3 southern tea spoonfuls of sugar in it.
That's a lot of sugar.
Mhm.
While the smell of lavender and chamomile slowly, subtly fills the air, as the tea is steeping, you all hear a knock on William's office door.
Is there a peephole?
I don't. If because
cameras.
Okay, can we check the cameras?
Victor is looking at William. I'm sorry for the door. It may be for my slamming before.
I don't think it's for your slamming. I reached out to Dr. Kruger's to take some of the items that we had collected in the past. So it may be her assistant. I'm going to go check. Also, Victor, if you would like, I have another suggestion later that we can maybe put forward on top of them taking the class. As he is walking away towards the towards his office.
Victor is going just to say, yeah, I didn't want to bring this up. We are in the middle of something already. Yeah.
We can do multiple things at once, Victor. We're good at multitasking.
So, as you get to the office door, unlock it, open it, there is the large, hulking security guard of a man that you may have seen. If you look at the security cameras, Emery and Victor would recognize this gentleman as Dr. Kruger's driver. The man who you dragged a chair outside to go and watch one day. And he's standing at the door. He has what looks to be like a cooler, a small cooler, that's often used for specimen transporting. And there's a letter on top of it, and he goes, Dr. Barnett, Dr. Kruger sent me to collect some items. And there was a courier that was delivering this. He asked if I could hand it forward. And he hands you the letter.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. But he sort of pushes the call forward. Would you care to deposit the specimens in here? I'm more than happy to wait.
Oh, yes, right this way. He's gonna take out his key to the lab, unlock the lab. He'd say he would put everything in it, put it in with like some coolant, hand it back, and be like, I'm going to read this letter. Is the letter open?
No, it's sealed. He'll look at you, give you a nod, go, pleasure. I'll make sure these get to Dr. Kruger as quickly as possible. And he's just going to turn and sort of walk off and give you a look over his shoulder as if to say, the fuck, my guy? Sort of that, huh? As he walks off. So this doesn't take a long time, like this interaction isn't a big one. But you now have the letter.
Do I recognize a seal on the letter?
Nope. It just says, it's literally just says on there, for Dr. Barnett. There is no seal. It is a plain envelope.
He's gonna take a letter opener and carefully open it. Maybe he's gonna before he actually opens the letter, he's gonna put on gloves just in case.
Okay.
We are dealing with a potential bioterrorist.
Okay. So, while William is dealing with this and you guys are probably chatting amongst yourself, will you give me a wits and awareness, please, as you open this letter?
Wits and awareness.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a bad pull for Victor. Not a bad pull for Elmo. Not Victor. I said Victor. I'm not Victor.
No.
Is this something I would get? Is this a part of the hunt? Do I get desperation for this?
If you will choose to use your desperation for this, I will allow it.
Nah. I'm gonna re-roll some failures.
Uh-huh.
And yes, I'm keeping track of my willpower. That is 3 successes.
As you open the letter, you do not see any suspicious powders, any difference to the envelope whatsoever. There are no threads, no sealed packages. It is literally just a letter inside an envelope, appearing to be on plain printer paper.
I don't trust this.
So while you are doing this, however, before you pull it out and start to read it, the rest of the cell sitting down having a conversation, and maybe by now Victor drinking his cup of tea.
It is death, diabetes, in a cup. You asked for sugar from a born and bred Southerner. It is thick with 3 C's.
It tastes like you can almost chew it, Victor, but it is calming. It is lavender, it is chamomile. It is a soothing, calming tea.
He wants to show goodwill, basically. Yeah.
So Ella, looking at the security cameras, you would see William in the lab after his interaction with the security guard, opening an envelope.
Very timidly looking, right? With the gloves and everything. Yeah, I think Ella would let Nick and Emery handle Victor and go check on William.
The first line that you read, William, states, To my dearest Dr. Barnett, Mrs. Gaines, Mr. Flynn, Mr. Victor, and Miss Emery, and to the ever informative Robert Mercius. Are you going to remain in the lab, or are you going to go and talk to the rest of them before you read the rest of this letter?
What does he look like? Of course he's going to read the rest of the letter before he tells the rest of the people. He's an Arcana member. Of course he's going to read the rest of the letter.
Okay. Even though it's addressed to the rest of your cell?
Uh-huh.
Well, it seems you're either off my scent, or you have more pressing matters that concern you. I cannot say that I am not sad and disappointed. Y'all have proved to be more of a pleasant distraction than I have had in some years. I often find myself so bored with the flotsam and jetsam that drifts through my harbour, and it has become so tedious and boring. But one can't help but wonder what dark tide has brought you into my harbour. Will he continue reading, or will he go and find the rest of them?
He's gonna go find the other people because this is a little weird.
Okay.
He's a little comfy.
Zella gotten there yet?
You could have dug through, and like he's sort of meeting you at the door and you're heading out. Back into where the rest of them are. Okay. William comes in going, "Eee!" with a letter towards you all, essentially.
Nick.
He won't say anything, he's just freaking out.
And coming in back into from the back door of the lab, he's come through the back door into the rest of the cell, into the safe house with you all, holding this letter.
Something,
William?
something knows we're here.
Give me the letter. I will read it to everyone.
I can read it.
Okay.
And he takes it and he starts to read it again out loud.
Now I have a question.
What's happening there?
Would you like me to read this to you all, or would you like me to send it to you, William, so you can read it?
I want to read it.
God.
I'm sorry, Poe, but I feel like we just walked into Phantom of the Museum here for a minute.
Wait for it. Pause. I'm just dropping the link, but I need to change my screen. So, William, this is what the letter reads. If you would be so, or whoever, I'm going to allow William to do the honours now with reading the rest of this letter to the cell. As Victor is sitting there contemplating calming down and the existence of vampires at the university and his sister, Ella is wondering what in the absolute hell did she come back to after her little trip away with Lana. Emery, you're used to people trying to shoot people. It's like, yeah, whatever, man. I mean, you've been shot by Victor. It's not that good of a shot all the time. Nick, this is so entertaining for you. But William, if you wouldn't mind.
To my dearest, all of us, and to the ever-informative Robert Mercius, that is going to get a talking to. Well, it seems that either you're off my scent or you have more pressing matters that concern you. I cannot say that I am not sad and disappointed. Y'all have proved to be more of a pleasant distraction than I have had in some years. I often find myself so bored with the flotsam, jetsam that drifts through my harbor, and has become so tedious and boring. One can't help but wonder what the dark tide has brought you into my harbor. I pride myself on discretion and privacy in my work. So to have an entire enterprise of new friends is not only concerning, but absolutely invigorating. It's clear you are either after me, after a piece of my business, or one would dread to think something more sinister. I shudder to think what the answers to these delicious questions might be, and as a young man who couldn't help but shake the presents under the Christmas tree, I must know the answers. So despite my more playful, better nature, allow me to clear the air between us. I do apologize for my intrusion into your home. But of course, that apology is meaningless, as you were in fact the first who decided that your footsteps needed darken my doorstep first. So in that we shall now call ourselves even. For now. My mama always told me that there were a few cardinal rules in this world. Don't come calling without an invitation, and always keep your hands to yourself. Consent is so important in this day and age, don't you think? Now, Miss Emery, the bravest and steadfast of you all, I hope this finds you well and you are able to recover in peace. Did you know that asthma affects 20 million adults a year? I had no idea. My concern after your incident left me with an insatiable need to understand that ailment. It's just devastating to know that you feel the need to be in this line of work with a condition such as that. And who else could have something like that lurking in their bodies without being aware? My heart just bleeds for people like you who work so hard day in and day out with such a condition. Well, I could just prattle on for hours and hours. I do feel so revived that I have someone to talk to these days. This line of work can be so consuming, and it's all so dreadfully boring business. How about this? Let's have a little get-together. I know a beautiful little arcade we can go have a nice conversation at. Maybe a few games here and there. I am an absolute force to be reckoned with when it comes to air hockey. That feels like it's right. I'll be there, let's say around 3:30 p.m. on date. I'll leave a card in the envelope so you can find the place. Until then, toodaloo. With love and affection, Frankie.
The fuck?
We're gonna kill him. We're going to kill him, right? We're all down for that?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I feel like we just walked into Phantom of the Opera with the letter. However, we can't kind of kill him in broad daylight. That would cause more problems than I think we have time to deal with.
That's not wrong.
I mean, we could.
Yeah.
William.
Look, William, my dear, my sweet, my friend, my compatriot in arms.
I didn't say we all have to kill him. Just one of us has to kill him. They go to jail. The rest of us continues our work.
Emery.
What, so one of us just takes one for the team?
Emery, how are you feeling right now?
I would like to call someone right now.
Yep, not a problem. Who are you gonna call?
Well, first I'm gonna just leave and do a private call.
Mhm.
I'm calling Janet.
So, you guys, after seeing that red, you see Emery just blank-faced walk out.
Victor is going to try to get up.
Let her be.
You
I think I should.
walk out
Let her-
to the hallway. Victor, William, and Ella are basically damn near gonna sit on you. You walk out and you pull the card out of the back of your wallet, Emery. It's a card that you've looked at many times. You've thought about it many times making this call. And you dial in the number. And you ring. Janet. Do you press call? Like, are you actually making this phone call?
I'm actually making the phone call.
You're actually making the phone call. The phone rings. And you just hear Andrews.
Gaines.
Interesting. How you been?
Under fire.
Secure line?
Yeah.
You ready to take my offer?
I'm ready.
Amazing. Someone will be in contact with you very soon. Curious though. We need to catch up for a drink at some point. I need to know what happened to get you, of all people, to take this offer.
Sure.
You'll get a phone call in the next 2 days. Keep your ear out. This number?
Okay.
It's going to be a pleasure working with you at Monster X, Miss Gaines. She's going to hang up. So to cut back, do you walk back into the room or do you leave from there, Emery?
I leave.
So we're going to cut back briefly to the cell. Emery has left, has walked out. Ella, you know your sister needs time. What are you guys going to do?
Victor is going to grab the letter, if he can. He's going. Can I see the names? Like he said to, to Emery, did he mention any names? Like last name, basically, on the things?
No.
No.
Except for it was a Miss Gaines,
Okay.
the other a Mr. Flynn, and the rest were first names. So I'm Dr. Barnett. But Victor and
Okay.
Emery were first names only.
Okay, I have a good, well, just for sake of, I don't know what I'm doing. Nick, can you look at this letter if that's weird in any sort? I don't know. Please, I'm sorry.
He's gonna take a letter and hand it to Ella here. I think that's your area of expertise, dear.
Yeah, okay. She'll look over the letter and look for signs of weird other than what's written in it itself.
Give me a wits awareness, please. Or are you looking at it from a more investigative manner? Like, what is it you're trying to gain? Are you trying to gain, are you trying to, like, read it and read in between the lines? Are you trying to, like, work on the paper? Like, what are you trying to get out of this?
She's trying to, like, read in between the lines and see what he's really trying to get at us for.
Okay, so it's going to be an insight roll then. So it's going to be wits and insight.
Mhm.
And yes, discerning lies completely comes into this.
Can Nick stand
Cool.
over Ella's shoulder and help her?
Yes, 100%.
Victor want to actually point something he actually noticed in the letter.
Yep, I will make sure you can have 2 help dice with this because your whole team's on this with a passion, alright?
Cool.
But you
for
essentially
it.
have been, because also inside the envelope is the business card for an arcade further south.
Okay. So she'll look at that too. But 5 successes.
This is a not so thinly veiled neener. I found you, you found me. Okay, let's play. It's very cat and mouse. It's also very reminiscent of some of the stalkers that you've seen come through court. And let me just double check something. One moment. What was the degree that you had, William, again, please?
So William has 3 degrees.
Yes.
He has his master's is in psychology.
Yes.
Um,
So that's what I needed to know. There is This is a not so veiled threat. It is a reminder that in his mind, he is well and truly more powerful than all of you. This is his thoughts. And he is trying to assert a level of control of the situation where you are his playthings, not the other way around. This is a definitive psychological tactic. But the meeting, his offer to meet you, especially at 3:30 in the afternoon, in a neutral location, apparently neutral location, is curious.
Something is wrong with the names. I don't know if that's on purpose, but some of the names are actually your real names, and for two of us, it's just our names. So maybe he's trying to make us think he don't know us for the last two.
I think
Maybe.
you two might be harder to dig up on than myself, Emery, and Nicholas. I
did
am
show at my job.
a public figure to some degree, so
What did he do to Robert?
I don't think he did anything.
He just
I don't-
knows Robert's here, or was.
He knows Robert's here. At some point, he gave him information. Most likely under some degree of duress. That would explain the phrase, bringing blighted supernaturals into my home. That...
Oh
Robert!
no. Oh no. Oh
Robert,
shit.
if you return, I'm going to strangle you, my god!
Oh no.
Always with goddamn secrets!
Would Nicholas realize that
What?
maybe this happened the night he was here by himself and it was just him and Robert and they had a conversation about him going to fucking Milan?
It's a possibility.
I'm gonna kill the fucker. Why didn't you say something?
Explain to me. I don't understand a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?
Dr. Mercius is not here at the moment. He's in Milan. Hopefully he'll come back. There's
Why?
a moment where William freezes for a second. Just hopefully he'll come back. All right, just trust me. Hopefully he'll come
Okay.
back. Let's hope he does, because I really am going to kill him if he doesn't come back. I will dive through hell if he doesn't come back to kill him again.
I know a guy. Or a gal. Could probably help you with that. He's smart.
That's fucking
I'm-
scary. Can we go back to
We're
that
gonna have-
comment?
We don't have time to unpack all of that.
That's based.
Can we go back to that comment you said Robert made?
Robert said we brought blighted supernaturals into his home. I thought he was just talking about the first Frankie visit, like the time that the time that we caught him. But I'm assuming that based on this letter, Robert must have had more contact with him and didn't tell me.
That's a
He
breach.
likely,
Like, we are really fucking compromised, yeah.
knowing
So-
Robert, he tried to fix the situation.
So, I might have been here that night that happened. It's a very high possibility I was here by myself. I didn't see anything with the office. And remind me, storyteller, out of character. Like, the shade to the window that's there was, like, pulled down. The lights were off.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. Okay. I thought he'd left for the day. I feel stupid. That bastard was here when I was here.
Okay. Okay. It's done. What we are going to do now. It's been few weeks that we are preparing for our encounter with Frankie. we are not going to get into his turf in the arcade in the middle of afternoon with a lot of witnesses, right?
We need a force equalizer. Deborah.
You want to call Deb?
We might be able to bring him in. We know where he's going to be. We know when he's going to be there.
He just told you that. It's not. You're not
No,
going to
fuck.
trust him, right?
Wait.
Oh, no. We should trust him on this. He knows he wouldn't lie to us on this because he wants to have power over us.
He wants the interaction. He thinks this is fun.
He's getting off on it. He's getting off on having power over us. We need to take advantage over that. We need to push this advantage while we can. But we can't do this on our own. We don't have enough information. We don't have enough pull.
The thing is, a lot of us.
Ella's gonna take out her phone and scroll to
a
Deb's
lot of us
contact and just stare at it.
actually cannot do anything in the middle of the day. So,
On that note, the cell has a lot to talk about. Maybe things are getting a little bit more interesting. This letter definitely shakes things up, and I feel like maybe it shifts the focus a little bit for Victor as well. Before we end tonight's session though, Emery, when you walked out and you've left, you have walked out the front of the museum and you're leaving?
Yep.
So I'm guessing you would be calling an Uber because Ella's got the car keys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Your Uber turns up. You hop in the back. I need you to give me a wits and awareness check, please.
Big pools.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell.
Two successes.
The driver, whose name is Joanne, in the app, sort of gives you a bit of a nod. How's your night going? Or how's the afternoon going?
It's good, it's fine.
Not conversationally.
Not really. Could you take me to, and then I'll give an address.
Yes. Sure. I can take you somewhere. As the car doors lock and the face turns to grin at you over their shoulder.
Okay.
It is the face of Teresa. Was one of the individuals at the warehouse. I need you to give me a stamina athletics check, please, as a clear or as a fine mist starts to spray into the back of the car.
Okay. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna use willpower.
How many successes?
2.
You needed to meet a difficulty of 5. You needed to meet a difficulty of 5. As Teresa goes, sorry buddy, I was hoping to tussle with you. As your muscles start to relax, and the same feeling that you had when Frankie touched you, but your whole body relaxes as you pass out in the back of this car. Emery will not be returning home tonight. We will touch in with the remainder of the team next week. Maybe with Emery by then, it depends. We've got some conversations to have over this week. Thank you for tuning in, folks. We look forward to next episode. See what happens, shall we? Good night.